Hi guys, welcome to Return Lenten Reflections from All Saints Catholic Church in Dallas, Texas. Thanks for joining us.
This is the return. Running back to
Hey guys, my name is Erica Winland and welcome back to Return Lenten Reflections, where we take time every day to prepare our hearts for Easter and our souls for heaven. Today is the 37th day of Lent and Wednesday of the 5th week of Lent. And today I kind of want to focus on the verse said before the gospel, which comes from Luke chapter 8. And it says, "Blessed are they who have kept the word with a generous heart and yield a harvest through perseverance." Now, this verse comes from the parable of the sower and the seed, in which we learn that the seed takes time to bear fruit. We see the comparison in the fact that the word of God bears great fruit with great patience. And I think this idea of patience and God's will is something so great to reflect on, especially now, during and nearing the end of this Lenten season. How have we utilized our patience in this season, or how have we not? So often we want to kind of produce the greatest fruit within our lives immediately or as soon as we can. But then with that, we tend to fall short, or things don't, necessarily turn out exactly how we were hoping. In this life, we face a lot of struggles and whatnot, in which we become even more dependent on our faith to continue. But we also have to be patient with that dependence. Whatever you're waiting on, maybe a job offer, an acceptance letter, a boyfriend or girlfriend, maybe just waiting and hoping to find out some good news. That dependence on your faith requires a bit of patience on our part. For example, I can think of if you've been watching our coffee chats, you know that I really want to get a dog right now. Everything in my mind is telling me that it's possible, I can make it work. While everyone that I love and trust is telling me to, just hold off at the moment. And I know this is kind of a simple example, but I'm starting to realize that even in the little things like this, I have to be patient if I want to keep that true dependence on my faith. I think back to even my childhood. I waited and waited for a big dog. It was all I wanted growing up. And because of how bad I wanted one, my parents tried, a few different times, and we ended up kind of having random dogs in the house that ultimately ended in poor situations. But then after a few years, until we waited and had the space and the means for one, we went one day and we picked out the best chocolate lab puppy. And ever since, he has just been the family's pride and joy. He really is the glue that holds us together. But now I can kind of reflect on that and think, wow, I can only imagine the good that can happen when I practice more patience. And you might consider too, what fruit can you bear in perseverance? Whatever God has in store for us is so far beyond the beauty that we can imagine. We just don't often have the patience to wait and see it. So I would encourage you, as we near the end of this Lenten season, to find just one place in your life where you can practice more patience, and knowing that whatever it is, big or small, what God has in store for you is so worth it. Thank you guys so much for joining us today. I pray for you and your practice with patience, and don't forget to join us tomorrow for day 38. Bye, guys.